A night at the movies could be scarier than the film.
What was the most disturbing thing you found?
We're investigating the 5 germiest hotspots
It was disgusting.
that could be playing at a theater near you.
Number 1 on our list, it is even dirtier than your toilet.
Plus, could you be buying beef all wrong?
When its first ground starts off looking bright red,
The Dish Crew has a buyer's guide to get the best beef for your burger. Coming up next.
Y'all ready for season 10?
I love you, Dr. Oz.
Today, an investigation into dirty movie theaters that sounds like it's a scene out of a horror movie. Ooh, scary. There's mice invasions, bugs like cockroaches crawling around, and mystery germs and bacteria all over. Take a look at what was uncovered at movie theaters that might make your skin crawl.
It is, of course, the weekend, and there's a good chance you might be headed to the movies. Well, before you go, you just might want to see what Lisa Guerrero found lurking inside some theaters.
When you go to the movies, you expect the theater to be clean, but we found that's not always the case.
That's disgusting.
All that leftover popcorn and candy can attract some unwanted guests. That's a mouse popping out between the seats inside a California AMC theater. These mice were filmed by another moviegoer at a Texas AMC this fall. And it's not just rodents. Corey Virgilio says he was disgusted after he discovered these bugs crawling all over the carpet at this AMC theater in Ontario, California.
As I'm recording, zooming in, I'm seeing multiple, what looks like to me, baby cockroaches.
He spotted them after he dropped his keys under the seat. That's when he also noticed all this discarded food.
There's no reason that these filthy conditions like that should have been underneath my seat.
Trash.
So we decided to take our flashlights in movie theaters in New York and New Jersey. And what we found after the theaters were supposedly cleaned may disgust you.
Popcorn, candy, trash everywhere.
Remember, these theaters are supposed to be cleaned in between showings. We found discarded cups, wrappers, liquor and soda bottles, lots of gum, even a tooth flosser. Yuck. And who takes off their socks during a movie? But look what else we found. At this popular AMC in New York City's Times Square, trap after trap after trap right behind the movie screen.
There's popcorn and candy stuck all the way back there. It looks like it's been dragged back there by rodents. It appears that you guys have a rodent problem. Are you aware of that?
The manager didn't want to answer our questions.
And you can't be in here doing this.
But of all the theaters we checked, this AMC had the grossest conditions.
Ugh. It's a dead rodent in a trap. So gross.
And look at all those droppings and what appear to be mouse nests.
We found something that you need to see.
This manager agreed to take a look at what we found behind the curtain.
Do you guys have a rodent problem here in this theater?
No, not really.
He told us they have a pest control service that comes once a week.
Do you think it would be disturbing for your patrons to know that there are mouse traps and dead rodents just feet away from where they're watching films?
I guess so, but it's also a much better solution than actually not having traps and having the rodents make an appearance during the movie.
So gross.
AMC told us their policy is to clean the theaters after every show and again after business hours. They say they work closely with pest control experts at their locations nationwide and say the use of traps in non-public areas is a common and effective practice to eliminating pests.
Oh my goodness. Joining me now from Inside Edition is investigative reporter Lisa Guerrero. I am shocked by what you've shown. The traps with mice that look like they're almost decomposed in there, trash, endless amounts of it.
Right. It was pretty shocking. You know, we wanted to do this story because we saw a video that people were posting on social media that they took with their own phones around the theaters that they were in. And we thought, Dr. Oz, is this just, isolated incidents around the country, or is this happening everywhere? So we got out our flashlights and we went to a bunch of different theaters, and we were really disturbed when we saw the rodents and all the droppings.
What was the most disturbing thing you found?
At one theater, 2 nights in a row, we saw the same dead rodent in a trap.
Oh.
It was disgusting.
The reason that we're just iconically scared of rodents is that they transmit disease, right? A variety of diseases, all kinds of bad things because they're rooting around and stuff. And when you come into contact with rodent droppings, it can be a big-time problem for a lot of folks. So employees are supposed to clean up the place.
Sure.
What's not being done?
Well, first of all, as moviegoers, we shouldn't be littering as badly as we do. First of all, we have to take some responsibility for what we're doing. Also, these companies maybe need to hire more than one person to clean in between. I mean, one person can only do so much. And if you have 5 minutes to clean an entire theater that hundreds of people have just been in, that's an impossible task. So maybe these companies need to hire more people to clean the theaters.
So just to be clear, everybody, I love going to movies. I suspect most of you too. I'm not saying to stop watching movies at theaters. We just need to be aware of the problems so we can ask for change. So Lisa's reporting got us curious about the germs in a movie theater. So we did our own germ swabbing to find out the top 5 germiest hotspots. Y'all curious about this? I thought so. Remember, anything below a 50 is considered clean. Anything above a 50, we're just gonna say it's dirty for the sake of this show. Let's start with number 5, the self-serve butter dispenser, which had a germ score of 122. What is going on at the butter dispenser next to the popcorn?
Dr. Oz, don't you love butter? Everybody loves butter on their popcorn. So you get your popcorn and you press that dispenser, and what are you doing? You're putting your hand on the same spot that everybody else has put their hand on, and then you take that same hand and you put it in your popcorn and you plop it in your mouth and you lick your fingers. So you're getting all those germs that everybody else has left on that butter dispenser.
Guys, this is yet another reason to hold back on the butter and the popcorn. I've been telling you a bunch of other ones. I haven't thought of this one. One more reason.
There you go.
All right, the 4th, the germiest spot in a movie theater. Come over. I'll show it to you myself. Because we actually brought some into the studio. It is the seats.
Of course.
Lisa, have a seat. Do they ever clean these? How do these things get into the sanitary condition we want them to be in?
Think about this. Think about all the people that are sitting in these seats, especially during the summertime, and you got your shorts on and you got your tank top and you're sweating and you're sitting against the seat, and then the next group comes in. We checked with movie theaters across the country, and they say that 14% of these theaters clean less than 4 times a year, these seats.
4 times a year?
Yes. But 58% said that they cleaned it every day, which I find pretty suspicious. Are they really going to disinfect and shampoo these seats every single day? No. That seems impossible. If you detect something on a seat, make sure to tell the manager of the theater.
Yeah, they're going to scrape the bubble gum off, but I don't think they're going to clean this. It's impossible.
No, it's impossible.
All right, number 3 on the countdown, the floor. And it's not just the discarded food on the floor, but the germs that everyone is tracking in. So what did you find after putting a purse on the floor?
So we swabbed the purses. Before we put a purse on the floor, the germ score was 140. After we put the purse on the floor, we swabbed it again, 226. Oh. That's how disgusting what is on the floor is getting on your purse. And think about this. You then take the purse home and you put it on your kitchen counter.
Yep.
So all the germs from this nasty floor are going home with you to your kitchen. Bon appetit.
Enjoy yourselves, everybody. The second germiest spot in the movie theater is the armrest, right? Which had a germ score of 1,371. Why is it that the armrests are dirtier than the seats themselves?
Because your hands are dirty. And so when you put your hand on the armrest, you're getting your germs on there and you're picking up everybody else's germs that have been on the armrests. So that's why so many people are touching the armrest and you're bringing it home with you.
All right, chances are you're touching the armrest, and then you know what you're doing? You're touching your face without even thinking about it. And you watch them move and you're nervous, and you're clawing at yourself. We found on average you touch your face 16 times an hour. That's 16 times an hour. It's frequent. You're always doing something up here. So it matters that you've got an armrest that's a problem. Up next, you're curious about it, the dirtiest part of the movie theater, and you're not going to believe what it is. It is even dirtier than your toilet seat. So stick around. What is it?
An unlicensed doctor.
I went in to get my breath smaller.
Scamming patients.
Instead, what did he do to your body?
Botching surgery.
I went from a double D to an N.
And how he took advantage with sex and drugs. Plus, an ex-husband turns up dead soon after the divorce.
A person approaches the car and shoots Dan at point-blank range.
And who the police zero in on, no one expected.
That's coming up tomorrow.
seen it all. We are back investigating dirty movie theaters and counting down the top 5 germ hotspots. Now, we just went through the top 4, the butter dispenser, the seat, the floor around you when you sit in the movie theater, and of course the armrest, because you're touching the armrest and you're touching your face 16 times an hour. So now it's time to find out the germiest spot in the theater. Number 1 on our list, it is even dirtier than your toilet. Inside Edition investigative reporter Lisa Guerrero is back. The number 1 hotspot for germs in your movie theater is, drumroll please, the cup holder. The cup holder. We swabbed the toilet. This is what the numbers are. We swabbed the toilet, had a germ score of 219. That's not so clean, but not that bad. When we swabbed the cup holder, this cup holder, one like this, had a germ score of 3,416. So how does this get so dirty, Lisa?
Well, think about it. First of all, the cup holder has nooks and crannies, so it's hard for their employees to get in and to clean around the actual cup holder. So what I recommend, Dr. Oz, is when you're drinking, only hold the top of the cup and then put it down. Never touch the bottom of the cup that's been in this nasty cup holder.
So now that you've become a world expert on dirty movie theaters, what are you doing differently? You've changed your whole approach, I gather.
I have. So now I get to the theaters early, about 15 minutes early, and I take my cell phone, and you know how they have the flashlight on it, so I turn on my little flashlight, and I check underneath the seat I'm going to be sitting in. Front, behind, all over the place, because I don't want to see any nasty
Most people get there early anyway, right, to get better seats. So don't just sit there and watch the commercials, do some work.
Right.
So look around. Look
around, and if you see something nasty, tell management. They want to know, and they want it to be clean for you.
Right. Now, we revealed a couple of things that are really problematic, like the dirtiness of the floor around you. So people have purses, right? What are you going to do with it?
Okay, so if you have a purse, do what I do. Take a little plastic bag with you, wad it up, stick it in your purse. When you get there, simply unfold it, throw your purse inside, and then knot it up, stick it on the floor while you watch the movie, and then when you're done, take it out of the bag and throw it away on your way out. And that way, this never actually touches the floor. Or you can do what I do.
Smart.
Just wear a crossbody bag. Never let your bag touch the floor. The only thing that should touch the floor, bottom of your feet.
And keep your shoes on and your socks.
Yeah, exactly.
Lisa, thank you very much. Very nicely done.
Thanks.
Appreciate the investigation.
Thanks so much, Dr.
We'll be right back, everybody. You think you might have the next big invention or idea on your hands? Well, stick around because Shark Tank's Lori Greiner is here to tell you what you can do today to make your entrepreneurship dreams a reality.
I'm here to inspire you to live your best life. You don't want to miss this.
Listen to her. She's one of the most successful inventors in the hit show Shark Tank. Lori Greiner has created over 700 products, holds 120 patents all around the world, including the Scrub Daddy, right? Perhaps my favorite, the Squatty Potty, because it really works. Bantam Bagels, we'll get to these in a second because you don't know they taste good. And it all started with this little jewelry organizer that she invented. It's pretty cool. But now Lori Greiner has a brand new venture that's not about selling you a product. It's about inspiring you to sell yourself and make your dreams come true. And she's here today to reveal it. Please welcome Shark Tank's Lori Greiner. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, you look good.
Oh, you look good.
So the thing about your career is that it has always reminded us that there's a role for women in the entrepreneurial world. And I'm curious, since you're on the inside, do you feel like it's changing? Are we equalizing the playing field for women where it was once very inhospitable?
Well, listen, I think being an entrepreneur and deciding to take your own life into your own hands already levels the playing field, right?
Yes.
And I think, right?
Yes.
And women are amazing. They're multitaskers. They're brilliant. They can tackle and handle anything. And then the one big piece of advice, don't think of yourself as a woman out there. Think of yourself as a person and the best damn one there is.
Yeah, I really like that. So, I know all your fellow sharks, and I'm always curious what they're like behind the scenes. So share a little dirt. Give us a scoop. What happens when the cameras are off on Shark Tank?
Well, music starts in between the entrepreneurs. We get about a 5-minute break, and Mark Cuban is always screaming at the top of his lungs, singing with it. And then Damon is an extremely funny guy, and he knows I crack up from his little, he tells like little grade school jokes, which I find hilarious. I don't know why. So he'll tell me those and usually try to make us all laugh. We have a crafty table where there's lots of food and we're always starving, and then we go up. Crafty table means that they have like, I don't know, pizza and different tamales and stuff that we can go get in between the breaks. And it's usually empty by the time we get there because the whole crew is eating everything.
So who has the unhealthiest diet amongst the sharks?
Oh, wow.
Probably Cuban.
I think Cuban, yeah. How'd you know that?
Because I played against him in the celebrity basketball game.
Yeah, Cuban. He'll vacillate from being really healthy to being atrociously horrible.
All right. Let's talk about this magazine. It's fantastic. Yes. It's called Living Inspired. It's a wonderfully crafted exercise like everything you do. But what sets it apart, in your opinion, from a lot of the other magazines on the stands?
Well, listen, Living Inspired was truly a labor of love. Every single page is by me. There's not one page in there that was not truly done and touched by me. It has everything in it. I feel like in a time of sometimes people not feeling very positive, I wanted to put out a magazine because I'm a big believer in positivity, inspiration, giving back, having fun, feeling empowered, and so I wanted to put that all in the magazine. And the magazine truly is, and just pick it up for a minute, it truly is all about, it's called Living Inspired, so from the title, inside it is advice on work and at home, and these are from me. It's truly advice at work and at home, but there's also like great places to travel, wonderful things to eat at different levels, all budgets. There's how to sleep better. There's advice on deep discounts, great products that I love. I've heard from people say that have read it thus far that when they open it up, maybe they weren't in the best mood or, you know, they weren't even in a good mood. But when they were done, they felt happier, they felt inspired, they felt like they could tackle anything, they felt like you could do this, and that their life was better. So that's what the intention was, and I'm really glad to hear that's how it's working.
Well, will you share some of your wisdom with some of our audience members?
Absolutely.
Some entrepreneurs? Come on over. Some amazing tips to attract everyone to greatness. So Lori's going to give some advice to some entrepreneurs looking for a little inspiration that many of you out there. Tonija, for example, says she has a vision but has a hard time taking a first step and making it happen. You brought your vision with some products to demonstrate.
Yes. My name is Taneja, and I'm the creator of Body Party, which is an all-natural skincare line. So I have butters, scrubs, glow oils, which is an illuminating body oil. I'm working on cuticle oil, eyelash serum, and body wax.
So what's your advice?
So my advice would be, first thing, most important, what is the key thing that makes your product stand out versus any other body butters or scrubs?
So I try to also create custom butters and products for anybody's personal skincare issues. So I create a questionnaire, and that's why I have here, what is my skin type? A lot of people don't know what their skin type is. So for all my customers, I ask them, what is your skin type? What are you battling with? And then I try to create the product based on their issue.
Well, my advice would be, because this is so customized and specialized, I think you should stay online as a business, because otherwise, you know, you'd need an army of people to be out in retail asking people those questions. But you can easily fill out a questionnaire. I would try to get out there and get this out there in a social buzz way. I think Instagram ads are fabulous. Yep. I don't know about anybody else. They are fabulous.
They work.
Yes. And I think grow slowly, and keep learning from your customers.
Priceless advice.
Yeah.
Be sure to check out Lori's new magazine. It's called Living Inspired. It's on stands right now. Thank you for being my hero.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, guys, we'll be right back.
It's the biggest burger bash ever.
Stay tuned for a chef's secret to upgrading your everyday burgers and turning them into an ooey gooey cheesy delight.
Just be warned, you're about to get very hungry.
What if you could see what the future you looks like? Would you see wrinkles and lines, dry, crepey skin from years of not moisturizing, maybe sunspots from not wearing sunscreen religiously. Could changing something about your skincare routine today make a difference down the road? Well, with the help of my trusted sponsorship partner, Olay, we're taking a look into the future of your skin to help you visualize the impact of your current skincare routine. And to do this, Olay Principal Scientist, Dr. Frauke Neuser, is joining us. Frauke, thank you for being here as always. I love how you break this stuff down, keep it straight up. The biggest mistake that we're all making with our skin that will affect the future of our skin is
not wearing sunscreen every day. You know, we do a lot of things to take care of ourselves, our minds, our bodies. But, too often we don't think of our skin and our sun care as a form of self-care. Sure, most of us, moisturize our skin to offset some of the effects of aging, but you cannot stop there. Did you know that 1 week of incidental everyday UV exposure equals 1 day at the beach?
It does?
So wearing sunscreen on a daily basis is one of the most important self-care wellness actions we can take for ourselves.
So you always bring hard science, new ideas,
Yeah.
Stuff that can change people's lives when you come on the show. So how are we going to get people to value the importance of their skincare, especially against sun?
Right. So the scientists at Olay created a technology to show you what your skin will look like in the future. It's called Future You, and it's an advanced simulation algorithm that is based in a huge database of thousands of facial images from women of all ages, all skin types, all ethnicities. What you were seeing there was one example, one small extract of the database, a Caucasian average face aging from 10 to 80 years old and back. And we can use this technology to predict what your face and skin are going to look like in the future.
So what do we do? What's the goal once you've generated this information, besides scaring the heck out of us?
Well, so first of all, it's really so that women better understand their skin and how it changes over time. So ultimately that they can better select and tailor their skincare regimens to their personal needs and circumstances so they can have the best skin they can for as long as possible.
Right. So Frauke, you brought some examples to us. What did Olay do to come up with to change people's attitudes? Because you're very concrete and very specifically it's focused on sunscreen, waking people up to some of the numbers you've given us.
Yes. Well, so what we can actually do with the Future You technology, we can model different behaviors. We can model great skincare habits, such as wearing an SPF every day. And once people accept, okay, I should be wearing a sunscreen every day, we need to provide great products that don't feel like the typical sunscreen. Yeah. So not too greasy, not too heavy, or else women are not going to use them. We know that. So we came up with Olay Regenerist Web SPF 25. It's a moisturizer with built-in UV protection. Doesn't feel like a sunscreen. Leaves your skin with a breathable, very light finish. Or if you're looking for even more UV protection, how about you try the new Olay Sun Shine Control with SPF 35. It's a light, oil-free facial sunscreen lotion specifically designed to flawlessly blend into your skin and leave it shine-free with a matte, smooth finish.
Right, so we're going to do a little experiment together. Beauty director at Shape and Parents Magazine, Kate Sandoval-Box is here. She's also here on behalf of Olay, and she's tried the Future simulation. You are very brave to share your data with us. You're all going to see it in a second, but this is the point, to wake you up to the mistakes you may be making so you don't make them. So walk us through, Dr. Neuser, what we're looking at.
Right, so what we did, obviously, earlier this morning before the show, before Kate went into hair and makeup, we took a picture of her. We obviously wanted to keep it as realistic as possible. So this is her picture, and then we took it through the simulation. So I'm going to show you. I can use this little slider here. Do you want me to de-age you first? So this is you today.
That would be nice.
I can actually make you look a little younger.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
So now we're 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
it's bad.
10 years older. And what I want you to look at is what is actually changing with age. It's 3 things. Most people think wrinkles and texture, but that's just one aspect. And you're probably actually too young for a lot of that. Face shape changes as we age as well. But the third thing, what we're really seeing here with you is hyperpigmentation skin tone. So you see that pigmentation coming through, and we know exactly what the main cause of that is. It's unprotected UV exposure.
Right.
So it is largely preventable. And actually, let me show you something. Okay, I'm going to go to next. So this is the final stage of Future You. Actually shows you this is your skin's future in 10 years' time if you follow the average aging curve. Average, I mean, for your age, for your skin type and ethnicity,
right?
Thousands of women. However, how about this alternate future? You could also look like this, Kate.
Yeah.
And the key difference is great skincare habits, including using SPF every day, which will prevent a large amount of the UV damage that leads to hyperpigmentation.
So, Kate, how did this stimulation change your attitude towards sunscreen?
I think it's really a wake-up call for a lot of people. I hear from readers all the time about sunscreen, and they say that they know they should be wearing it, but they still aren't applying it consistently. And Future You is showing you the effects of those skincare habits or lack thereof. In fact, at Shape, we just named it one of the coolest new skincare technologies of 2019 because of its potential to be so game-changing.
Congratulations, Frauke. So you recently started using the Olay sunscreen control product, which I must point out, you mentioned it very briefly, but it's sort of a matte finish. It doesn't make you look like you're reflective, which my wife was always complained to me about.
Right, exactly.
So has it affected you in ways that are positive? How's it worked?
Absolutely. I started using it. Immediately when I put it on, I noticed that I didn't feel anything on my skin, and heavy, greasy sunscreen is what everybody complains about, including me. This left no residue. I could put makeup on right away. It doesn't have that telltale sunscreen smell either, so bottom line, no excuses anymore. Don't skip the sunscreen.
So if you already have a regimen for taking care of your skin, moisturizer, retinols, whatever you're doing, how does this sunscreen work into that?
Yeah. So clearly, I mean, when you take care of your skin, it's, moisturization and SPF protection are the two big important things. And so no matter whether you're using the Olay Regenerist, Whip SPF 25, which is moisturizer and sunscreen in one product, or whether you use the Olay Sunshine Control, which is a separate sunscreen that you could just use on top of your regular moisturizer. Whichever way you go, this should be the last step of your morning skincare routine.
Frauke, we love the audience so much. There must be a way of incentivizing them to pay attention to the sunscreen stuff.
All right. So if you go to Olay.com and you do the Future You experience yourself, you can enjoy a special 25% off the Olay sunscreen product.
Everybody, no matter where you are, you take the Future You test, you'll learn for yourself.
Olay.com
is there for you. And how about the audience here? Well, guess what? We care about you so much that Olay is sending you home with Olay Regenerist Whips SPF 25 and Olay Sunshine Control. Enjoy them. We'll be right back. If there's one thing that brings us all together, it's food. So we're calling everyone to the table to dish on everything, from the latest food hacks and trends to everyday recipes you can make for dinner tonight.
Singing is my first love, but my other passion is baking.
I'm an Iron Chef, but mostly the executive chef of Butter Restaurant and mother to an 11-year-old. This is the first recipe I ever made in a professional kitchen. They were terrible.
My cooking is like me, a mix of Caribbean heat meets Southern sweet. This is like my girlfriend in the kitchen.
I am, as a chef, first and foremost about flavor. It's simple, it's celebratory, and most of all, it's about having a great time in the kitchen.
Oh.
What is going wrong?
I'm trying to help.
Let's dish.
Welcome to the Dish on Oz. Oh my goodness. Lots to talk about. Daphne, what's on the menu today?
So many delicious things, like always. What is more delicious, you guys, than sinking your teeth, one tooth and many teeth, into a big, juicy burger?
Whoa.
Oh, it's so good. Today we are celebrating our love of burgers with our very own burger bash that you do not want to miss. First up, could you be buying beef all wrong? We want to teach you some good things on this show too. You might not even know it. We are going to give you our buyer's guide to cutting through all the label confusion to help you get the best beef for your buck. Plus, the no-mess oven slider hack that has been breaking the internet. We're going to show you how to get that under control. And then Alex is revealing her secret to making your burger chef-worthy with a delicious cheese sauce, okay? And because that's not enough, We want to finish it up with a sweet burger makeover that you have to see and taste to believe. It's kind of wild. I'm excited for you guys to see that. Jamika, you say sliders are the perfect crowd pleaser. I have to agree with you. And it's a great way to get the party started, get everyone welcome and happy, and you are turning the flavor up with this ultimate hack for a burger snack. What do you have in store for us?
Well, this is going to change the way that you make burgers at home. You guys check this out, okay? We are doing muffin tin sliders, all right?
Ooh.
Yes, get excited about that. So you just season your beef, preheat your oven to 450, and just do a little salt and pepper on the outside there. Make sure you always season your burger. That's the key to having good flavored burger. Then you'll place the patty inside the muffin tins, and you just cook for 5 minutes. And of course, you got to add a little cheddar cheese to it, and then load up all your toppings, onions, pickles, you have it, you name it. Put it on that burger, baby.
Okay.
Do we not love that?
With
Look at those
muffin
cute
tin.
little sliders.
You corrupted the muffin tin, and then you enjoy.
Guys. Now, we all know that all burgers aren't created equally, and there is one rivalry that has left our country divided.
Yes.
Which coast makes better burgers, East Coast or West Coast? So today,
West Coast.
Already we have
East
opinions.
Coast. East Coast.
Well, yeah, boo, exactly. So today we're squashing this age-old beef once and for all with a burger bash debate. Here to represent the East Coast, Jamika. Round of
East
applause.
Coast, yes, East Coast, in the house, yes.
Now you're gonna argue why you think Shake Shack has the best burger, and representing the West Coast, Daphne. Come on, guys.
There's no Westies out here. This is ridiculous.
That applause was really light, but your choice in burger was not.
You.
Yeah, I mean you're on team In-N-Out Burger.
I am.
And you're gonna rep and you're gonna tell us why you think that's the best. Each of you has 20 seconds to make your case for who has the best burger. Okay. I'm gonna start with you, Jamika. 20 seconds on the clock, let's go. Why?
All right, I am a Shake Shack girl because they use potato rolls and they toast and butter their rolls before they make them. The beef comes from a proprietary blend of beef from a legendary butcher, and they grill it in a cast iron skillet. And do not get me started on that special sauce. I mean, come on now. Shake Shack in the house, yes.
Wow.
All day.
Them's fighting words.
She crushed it with
point.
Bring it.
3 seconds remaining, and she crushed it.
Is there a real clock?
All right, Daphne, there is an actual clock on you right now.
Okay, here I go.
You ready? Dig your heels in. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, West Coast, baby, 20 seconds.
All right, you guys, here's my In-N-Out Burger. It reigns supreme forever and ever. Family owned since the beginning of time. A proprietary blend of their own meat made the same way. I'm about a classic with a twist. I have 2 words for you: animal style. We are talking about caramelized onions, rich brown sauce, American cheese sauce, special sauce on a sesame seed bun. You can't go wrong from that. Perfect onions, perfect fries.
All right, that's it.
Perfect.
All right, so if you guys agree with Jamika that East Coast burgers are the best, give us a round of applause.
East Coast, baby. Yes. Yes, thank you.
A lot of East Coasters.
I don't know. All right, what about Daphne with the West Coast argument?
All right.
No soup for you.
All right. I hate to be the pregnant lady, but I think I won this one. I'm so sorry to tell you.
She decided to win. All right, Jamika, you got it.
It was pretty obvious.
No matter where you live, finding the best ground beef for your burger can be a pretty daunting task. So today, we're helping you through all the confusion. So first, you got to figure out the right cut. You got to look for the chuck. Please demonstrate the chuck, Alex, if you don't mind.
The chuck is right here.
Right there. See, elegantly located, more bang for your buck. This is a great all-around purpose for ground beef. Since it's not too fatty and not too lean, it's got tons of flavor, which is what I care about, actually. And when I have meat, I want it to taste good. Daphne, come over here for 1 second.
Yes.
Talk about color here. This is something that a lot of folks mess up.
This is really cool. Again, this is like when you're in the grocery store and you're looking for the right thing to buy, because there are a lot of ground beef options in the butcher pack and also in your sort of fresh pack and takeaway areas. Beef, when it's first ground, starts off looking bright red, more like this.
Yeah.
And as it oxidizes over time is when it starts to get a little bit lighter in color and then into this more brown and then eventually into gray category, which is how you know it's been let sit outside for a bit. But if you're looking for something already ground, get it as bright, nice, fresh, and red as you possibly can.
Right, so then the question is, do you make it yourself? You get patties. Alex, honest here.
Yeah,
it takes a little while to make these.
Yeah, honesty, I have to say, if you buy your meat from the same place and you trust it, I would go for ground. I really would. And there's no shame in buying the ground meat, the preformed patties. I like to mix them up a little bit. Even if they're preformed, I think it's nice when there's a little bit of that uneven touch, but no shame in ground meat.
Do you raise it up high like this or you squish it down?
depends on how long I have to cook and how hangry I am, okay? 2 thin patties like that is gonna cook quickly.
Yeah.
If I have time, if I'm basting, if I'm putting a cast iron skillet on the stove and then in the oven, I'll go thicker. But you know what? All in all, you want an even patty, not too thick, and you don't want the portion to get out of control. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, please.
It's
Now she's talking about portion
Not
control.
like 80 burgers like you see there. Okay, all this burger talk is making me hungry. Stick around because Alex has a burger and cheese sauce recipe you do not want to miss. Stick around.
Here, pass those sliders here. Pass those sliders.
I love getting to talk with you on my show every single day. But when the cameras stop rolling, the conversation is not over. I still have a lot that I want to talk about. So download the Dr. Oz podcast on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts.
We're back with a dish on Oz, and today is all about burgers. Alex is the queen of crafting the best burger, and her secret weapon, she swears it's bathing the beef in a silky cheese sauce for some more fun between buns.
Oh, yeah.
She said that. All right, Alex, why do you think cheese can either make or break the perfect burger?
You know, people that say to me, I just want a hamburger, I just want ketchup, no bun, and a pickle, they're not to be trusted.
Ooh.
Those are not
Dangerous
friends.
people?
That's the future enemy at hand. You need some cheese with your burger. You just do. It's balancing. You know, it's a balancing act in life. You know what I mean?
So what makes the perfect cheese sauce?
All right, so I was thinking, you know, I love 2 slices of American cheese, crisscrossed over, melty. I love that. Sometimes you want something different. A simple cheese sauce. You can make this ahead. I love this sizzling.
I know, I hear that.
It's like hard to talk. Okay. So this is just a simple cheese sauce. You could make it with a roux. I went simpler. Just some cream simmering with some grainy mustard for thickness. He's like, please pay attention to me. I love it. Look at you.
So just cream in here so far?
Yeah, cream, a little grainy mustard, a little paprika. You're gonna put a dash of hot sauce and a dash of Worcestershire. Not enough that you really feel salt and heat. Oh my God, I love it. Give the pregnant woman the hot sauce and look what happens.
And a little Worcestershire sauce.
I love Worcestershire sauce. And then just simmer that cream a little bit and then just start whisking in all that cheese. That's actually what gives it the body.
This is
and
cheddar?
then when you build your burger, then you just pour the cheese sauce like a cascading waterfall over your burger.
Oh my.
Right?
Are you going into surgery? What are those going on?
I am scrubbing in, Doc, okay? I am scrubbing into the waiting room of my world, which is ground beef. You know, the thing about making a burger is that meat can get overworked the way cake batter can, the way flour can. When you overwork cake batter or bread dough, the flour gets tough and chewy. So does meat. It does not want to be taken to the gym 1,000 times with you. So just gently spread it. Notice how I've pushed it up around the sides. That way I can season more surface area and just season it once, and the seasoning really gets in there, right? Just gently mix it together. Don't overwork it. I mean, you really don't want to let the meat and the salt sit together. When you brine meat, right? Brine a turkey or a chicken. I love how he gets involved.
He's a good griller.
This is my specialty. I'm rescuing these burgers.
Thank you. When you brine a chicken, right, it changes the texture.
Exactly.
You don't want salt to sit on beef. Thank you, Doc. I'm glad you scrubbed in with us. All right. So once you form your burgers, right, then you want to put a little dimple in the center. That flattens the burger out as it cooks, so it sears more evenly. And we like that.
All right, so now you got your burgers there, dimpled as they are.
Dimpled as they are, they're dimpling away, they're cooking. And now we're going
to the good stuff.
And now, I mean, it's time really to...
Is it time to eat?
I think it's
We
time
have your
to
prepared
eat.
buns over there.
Yeah.
So over here...
Now what happens? Let's build this burger.
Yeah,
Get
so...
some cheese sauce on there.
These
Yes. Okay, so here's the question. Cheese sauce on the bun?
I like to char the bun, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna say, let's put the burger on there. That's why I wore gloves, you know, I don't wanna. Burger, I feel. Some onions on the other side.
Okay.
Right? These are just charred with a little bit of vinegar. Need a little acidity, and not too heavy, Doc. Right?
Okay.
Not breaded
Finally.
or anything.
It was bound to happen.
There's no onion rings or anything, so that's good.
Let me pour it, let me pour it.
You can, go, go.
Okay,
right over the meat.
Over
go,
the
go,
beef.
go.
Pour it slow, pour it slow.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
I have some
Sorry, y'all. X-rated dish today.
All right, so we're going to taste when we come back. You kept working. I'm going to get, well, you know what? You have that first.
Thank you.
Up next, we're going to put Alex's burger to the test, plus a sweet makeover for a burger you have to see and taste to believe. Stick with us. What is this? No, I want the burger. Here's the burger.
Look at that.
An unlicensed doctor.
I went in to get my breasts smaller.
Scamming patients.
Instead, what did he do to your body?
Botching surgery.
I went from a double D to an N.
And how he took advantage with sex and drugs. That's coming up tomorrow.
Alex just crafted this perfectly cheesy burger that looks like a dream come true. Is everyone ready to give this a taste? Yes. You didn't wait for me. You went right into it. All right. And Alex, these are your onion rings that we've got. What is the secret to getting these crispy, delightful onion? We'll take a bite and then we'll talk.
Yeah, now she's eating them, but this thing's really, really delicious. It fills your whole mouth. Cheesy, yes. It tastes cheesy.
And mustard. You got a little bit of mustard
You took the hamburger out of my mouth.
All right, I do have one request. I need more cheese sauce on the side so I can dip my onion rings in there next time.
Noted. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Cosign.
Noted.
So now, what if I told you people are actually eating burgers, not just like we are, the right way, but for dessert? It's not exactly what you're thinking, okay? Take a look at this sweet burger makeover that's popping up all over your Instagram feed.
All right, guys, they look delicious. I would never have expected it. But just in case you want it, we're gonna put the burger cupcake recipe along with all the other recipes from today's show on DrOz.com/thedish.
And the Dish Crew is back next Wednesday, serving up tasty recipes and food hacks that your friends and family will love.
We will see you all next time.